Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm wearing the same outfit. I'm posting these videos hopefully on the same day because I really want to talk to you guys about a little book called Girl Online. Now, if you are a fan of Zoella on YouTube, you probably already know about this book, but if not, Zoella is a beauty YouTuber and she wrote a book, a novel called Girl Online, and it just came out a couple days before Thanksgiving in the US, and I have already read and completed this book in a matter of like a day and a half, and by a day and a half I mean probably 8 hours total. So I just want to talk to you guys and do a little mini review of what I thought of Girl Online, and I really hope you guys enjoy watching this and we can talk about it down in the comments, so be sure to tell me your thoughts on it as well. I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I am going to talk about pretty much in detail this book. I'm going to try not to give away too much, but if you don't want to spoil it and you want to read it yourself, I would suggest not watching to the end of this video. Just to give you guys a little bit of a synopsis of what this book is about, Girl Online is about a girl named Penny Potter who is a anonymous blogger online under the name Girl Online, and she goes to New York with her mom and her dad, who are wedding planners, to plan a wedding for someone. And while she's there, she meets a guy named Noah, and Noah is kind of her dream guy, and they spend Christmas and New Year's in New York, and it's kind of about like that relationship, but also kind of a plot twist that happens that like threatens Penny's identity online, and basically it's just about friendship and her relationship and stuff. So that is the general idea of what this book is about without spoilers, but there will be spoilers in a minute. I will start out by saying that this is a very young audience book. I feel like if I had read this when I was 14 or something like that, I would have been just absolutely gaga over this book. But being 21, it is a little bit young for me, but that being said, I still very much enjoyed this book. My lighting has gone blue because it's dark outside. But I very much enjoyed it and read it very quickly. It's a super easy read for a book that was written by somebody who is not by trade a novel writer. This is impressive to me. I think she did a really good job, and I really enjoyed the characters, and the storyline was cute, and I mean I read the whole thing very quickly, so I must have enjoyed it. Just to get a couple of high points on why I really loved this book, and the very first one of those is that this is such an A+++++ portrayal of what anxiety feels like. I am not someone who suffers with panic attacks, but I do tend to get very anxious sometimes. I would not consider myself to have like an anxiety disorder, but I do struggle with that quite often. And this is just such a good portrayal of what it's actually like to have those moments. I have experienced panic attacks before. I don't experience them often, but the way that she describes those panic attacks happening, I feel like is very realistic. Obviously because she struggles with them as well. She obviously knows very much how that feels. So I really love that that was a positive portrayal of someone who can be successful and someone who can be, you know, functioning in society and still have anxiety and panic attacks. So I thought that that was wonderful, and I know there are going to be so many people that read this book and feel like they are not abnormal for having those feelings. I also love seeing too the fact that she kind of gives a method of dealing with anxiety throughout this, where she talks to Noah about how he dealt with like his problems, which I think is also interesting, that she did not make him as a character like this flawless, unobtainable, perfect man, but that he also had like his fair share of issues. But just the idea of like picturing your anxiety in a shape and then giving it a color in a place in your body and feeling it, and not letting it be something you try to hide, but it being something you kind of accept and let go of, I thought was such a wonderful piece of advice, and something that I have used as well. So it's just really A+ anxiety, you know, portrayal, and I'm really glad that this is out there for girls who, and guys who don't know how that their anxiety is anxiety, and I hope that they will be able to kind of learn that by reading this book and learn techniques for handling their anxiety. I also, this is really funny, I really love the character names and like the names of the places that they go. I don't know if they're like actually names of places in Brighton, but I thought it was really cool just to see Brighton through like the eyes of a character, because we see it in like Zoe and Alfie's videos and stuff, but seeing it through the eyes of a character and as like somebody that like grew up there and just lives there, you know, because that's where they were born, I think it's really cool to see the characters interact with Brighton in her hometown. And I think they all have cool names, like Noah and Penny, I think are cute names. What was her best friend's name? Oh no, Elliot. I think it's cool that, you know, that they have like kind of unique names that aren't like out there, that are like crazy weird, like some novelists tend to do to try to be original. So I really enjoyed their names and love seeing them like going around in Brighton. And I also loved the way that she portrayed Elliot, her best friend, and the fact that it was like not a big deal that he was a gay character, and how they showed that his parents were very unsupportive of him, but that Penny's parents were very supportive, and that, spoiler alert, Penny's parents were able to talk to Elliot's parents and kind of help convince them that like being gay was okay. And I just think that that was just a really important way that she did it, and did it subtly to where it wasn't like this whole big deal that he was gay, because like you can tell that that's like, she's like, it shouldn't be an issue, like it shouldn't be something that people care about, and I love that she portrayed him that way. Another thing I really loved that this book taught is standing up for yourself in relationships, with friends and with like, I mean, your romantic relationships. I love that she was able to take Penny's relationship between Penny and Megan, her like longtime best friend, who kind of turned into a mean girl, and she was able to show how like you don't deserve to be treated meanly just because you've known someone for a long time and you have a lot invested in them does not mean that you have to stick around when they are bad for you and when they are treating you bad. And I thought that that was really awesome. That's a really important lesson I think girls, especially young girls and young men, need to know, is that like it's okay to cut off relationships that are toxic. And I love that she was able to stand up for herself, and that Elliot was able to stand up for himself in like a really dramatic way. So I thought that was really cool. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about that I really thought was cool was that there was a very interesting twist on who was the YouTube star. I thought that was kind of funny that we could have been like, oh, she has a blog, so she is like supposed to be that character. But then it turns out that Noah, which is, spoiler alert, the big kind of plot twist in this, is basically famous and she doesn't know it, and that he has a YouTube channel where he is a singer. And I just thought that was funny that that's like how she incorporated YouTube, not in her main character, but in her like love interest. So I thought that that was really cool. I had all my notes written down in here if you're wondering why I'm holding this up now. But overall, my thoughts on Girl Online are that I thought it was really cute and sweet, and it was an easy read and really positive and really uplifting and just a fun read. So I would definitely recommend Girl Online. I'll leave a link down below where you can get it from the Amazon US store. I believe you can get it in pretty much any bookstore now. But I really love Girl Online. Zoe, congratulations. I think this is really awesome and a dream of mine to someday write a book. So it's kind of cool to see that YouTubers get to do stuff like this now. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will leave your comments below to tell me how you felt about Girl Online. That's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. My name is Parker. This is Stories in the Dust, and I really hope you'll stick around a while. Bye, guys. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-dee, da-ba-da. This lighting is terrible. I'm sorry. It's raining. Don't hate me.